And you'd never know I was outside. I looked like a pale ghost today. And
I haven't been outside at all.
I got a
Hello.
little bit of sunburn right there.
Hi,
That's it.
Becky. Hi, Bree.
Hi, everyone. I'm waiting for us to pop up on YouTube. We
I
haven't
know,
popped up
me
yet.
too. We haven't. I wonder if there's a big lag today.
Oh, there we
There.
go.
We both did at the same time. Hello. So, just in case you missed it, I'm turning 50 on Wednesday. Just in case you missed that.
In case you missed it, it's on her shoulder.
I finally pulled this out today. My daughter's like, Mom, that's for your birthday. And I'm like, it's my birthday week. Leave me alone.
That's right. That's right.
Hi,
I slept up
Cass.
all the Mother's Day weekend and said it's Mother's Day weekend. It's not just Mother's Day, it's Mother's Day weekend. So forget you all. I get to do what I want.
This time of year is always my time because Mother's Day is always right before my birthday. So I'm like, this is me. It's all about me.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy. Kaz was so nice and sent me a message yesterday saying Happy Mother's Day. So thank you, Kaz. That really made my day.
I hope everyone had a good Mother's Day. I hope you got what you wanted or did what you wanted. When I say got what you wanted, I don't mean presents because sometimes it's just all about like, no, I'm not moving.
Got to rest. Didn't have to do the dishes. Didn't have to cook. Those are the. Although Mom cooked and I helped her with dishes, and so people got to eat.
Yeah, or you do what you want to do. My thing every Mother's Day is I go outside and I start gardening and I do my small little pots, and those are my Mother's Day gifts or my flowers, and that's what my kids usually get me because I get to enjoy them for the whole season, instead of just like a bouquet of flowers that lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So whatever you do.
My one sister came Saturday because she couldn't be here Sunday, and she brought Mom flowers to plant. And then my niece showed up with money that says specifically for flowers so that she could buy the plants she wanted. And then I'm pretty sure my other sister got her a gift card that they haven't connected yet and seen each other. But I know, Brie, it's shocking, right? That it's my 50th birthday. Like, you guys would have had no idea.
I know. You did such a good job keeping it secret. I can't even believe, I was floored. I can't believe it's that time of year again.
Oh my goodness. Next year, my birthday will just pass quietly by and I won't say anything. But this year, I'll turn 50.
Oh, that's fine, Cass. I have kids. That's good. My kids are lovely. Thank you for the thought. Oh, I've enjoyed watching all the little gifts that you've gotten, all the little every day opening like an advent calendar countdown to your birthday. Yeah. But the cat litter one cracked me up. The Zen garden, I lost it. I think I was laughing for like 10 minutes. I'm like, just what she wants to do, clean another litter box. But it was cute.
Then the coffee cup one that says this grandma loves cats. That's hilarious because it's from her cats, my grandkitties.
And your sister giving you the 90-year-old thing.
Oh my goodness, that
loves that one
so
too.
Mean to me.
I love that. So you hold on to it. So you hold on to her in the next 40 years. She doesn't have to get you another card. I love that.
And then her comment about it being the only large print card.
It's so great. It is great.
Oh, you have to have humor.
You have to have humor. When you get older, especially, and you don't have kids, the kids have all left, and you're just kind of, puttering around. You got to have a little bit of humor about your age and your.
Yeah, gotta have fun. Yeah, gotta.
It's all just a number.
So thanks everyone who's here hanging out with us. We're going to talk about Goofus class today. So in a second, I will switch it over to Nikki and let her lead off.
I like that, Bree.
I know, because she's 49 this month.
Gifted.
Her birthday's right after mine. Yeah, she gets it back next year. So next week is our question and answer kind of thing. So if you have something you need us to do some research on, is there some glass topic that confuses you? Did you hear someone along the way use a glass term that you're like, not so sure about that? If you guys let us know, you can pop in the chat today and we will write it down, make a note of it, and answer questions next week. Or you can email us, message us on Instagram. We love to do the deep dive research. We love it. And we always learn something new. So next week will be question and answer. if you've got something you want us to talk about. And
so
then
Becky,
if
we're waiting
you-
for photos that we can't identify to come our way.
Becky's like, I'm not asking anymore. You guys don't answer. But if you have never been before to a YouTube live sale, we both ship through Pirate Ship, and we both invoice through PayPal. Hi, Angela. And you'll always get your invoice within 7 days at the latest, sometimes even faster. And I'm going to try and invoice today since I'm not doing a sale on Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. But if you have not purchased, you need to email us, and we both have our emails below us, your real name, YouTube name, your shipping address, and your PayPal email. You can check as a guest. So you don't need to have a PayPal account. I think that was everything. I ship from Ohio. Nikki ships from New York State. So
Very similar
hadn't
shipping
done
rate.
that in a while. So
Yeah.
and we ask that you pay your invoice within 48 hours. Although, let me tell you, almost everybody, every time that I invoice is paying. Like, I send it out and then bing, I get the notice that you guys have paid. You guys are fantastic. We love that. So I'm going to switch it over to Nikki, and we're going to talk about Goofus glass.
Goofus glass. Okay, Goofus glass. It had a very short lifespan. We're going to start with that. A very short lifespan. There's some debate as to when it ended. For the most part, it's accepted that it started around 1897 and ended in the mid 1920s. Somebody said 1925. Somebody said 1920. Basically, it boils down to this. It is pressed or mold blown glass that is cold painted. And cold paint just means it is an unfired enamel paint that is painted onto the glass. Usually the colors were red and gold are probably the most common that you'll see out there, but there's red, gold, green. There's even been shades of blue and yellow, but gold is usually the one that's always going to be there. There were really weird early nicknames for this. You had the ones that the manufacturers did, and the manufacturers or the makers of almost all the Goofus glass was Northwood, Dugan, Jefferson, and Indiana Glass. Pretty much those four. So if somebody says this is a Westmoreland piece of Goofus glass, more than likely it's not. I'm not saying Westmoreland didn't make it, but I didn't find any reference that Westmoreland made Goofus glass. So the makers were giving it lavish names like Egyptian art, Golden Oriental, and intaglio art. So these are the things that are the manufacturers tried to make it sound really fancy. However, the slang for this type of glass, and hello everyone coming in. Sorry, frog on my throat. The slang for this was Mexican ware. That was probably the most popular because it was the gold and the green and the red. Hooligans, hoolies. I have no idea what the heck that means, but you have to recognize it was the time. Bridal glass, gypsy glass, because it was flawed and deceptive. So gypsy glass got its name that way. And even carnival glass. So yes, Goofus glass was the original carnival glass. It was given away in prizes at gas stations, cinemas, jewelry stores. It was everywhere. You come in, buy a movie ticket, and get a bowl. You go and buy a car, and you might get a punch bowl with a bunch of little cups. So it was everywhere. It was free. Now, why is it called Goofus? There is a story that's going around that, and it's generally accepted that this is the generally accepted reason, but there's a whole line. Oh, they're just, somebody wanted a carnival prize and the woman got a hold of it and she said, oh, they're just trying to goof us. So hence Goofus glass was born. And it's called Goofus glass because goof back then meant trick. Like today we think of it as we made a mistake, which this kind of glass kind of can be taken that way. But it was more of like a trick. They tricked us. Because the minute people touched this glass, the paint would start to fall off. It would chip. Forget about washing it. So like you're eating off the plates that they've done. Now they would paint on the backside of the plate so you could eat off the plate. But then you went to wash it and the paint fell off on you. Because it's enamel paint that wasn't fired on. It was just painted, left to air dry, and then they went and turned around and got rid of it for you. Sold it, handed it out, whatever. So they all felt that they had been goofed or fooled. And that's according to the Goofus Glass Museum, which there is a website on there. Hence, I looked at it really quick. It's not a secure site, so I'm giving everybody a heads up if you wander onto that site. So there are two styles of Goofus glass. There's what they call AOD, which is all over decorated, and then there's PD, which is pattern decorated. The pieces were usually hand painted, and the all over decoration would be the whole piece was painted. If it was just the pattern, they would have the pattern that was on it that was decorated. It was almost like a 3D motif relief. In my opinion, and even back then, Goofus glass was considered very tacky glass. It kind of still is tacky glass, but it does have a certain appeal and a certain style. There are Goofus glass collectors out there who are looking for some of this stuff. The big thing they're really looking for, like if you ever find one, is an oil lamp with a matching top. If you find that, that is like the prize that Goofus glass collectors are looking for. Usually when we see Goofus glass in the wild, it is just hideously paint falling off. It looks, and I'm going to say this, I'm probably going to get a little flack for it. It looks tumorous. The glass looks like little lumps of growths all over it, some of it. And it's roses, but it's so bulbous.
It's especially that rose pattern.
Yep. Yeah, it's so bulbous. And a lot of the Goofus glass is going to be flowers. There were other kinds of Goofus glass, but for the most part, it's roses and flowers. They did put use the paint in Goofus glass on some milk glass, even on some opalescent glass. You will see it on pieces of Northwood and Dugan. They were really big into the opalescence, where you'll see that the pattern underneath, they painted some of it. Usually you're going to find it really bad. Hey guys, usually you're going to find it really bad. Now you can do two things. You can leave it alone, or you can scrub it off. And there is, in this instance, nothing wrong with scrubbing off the Goofus glass, because some of the stuff you're going to find in the wild, you're going to go, wow, that's really a weird looking piece of glass. Who would want a piece of glass like that? It's all clear. They've scrubbed off the paint a long time ago because they get tired of dealing with it. So you can scrub it off. What you don't want to do is paint it, repaint it, refinish it, especially if you're going to turn around and resell it. That diminishes the value of it. Now, the Goofus glass is going for a lot. I saw average prices were around $25 a pop for sold for a lot of pieces of Goofus glass. They came in all different styles and shapes. Came in plates, bowls. Bowls were probably the most popular. Jars, vases, lamps, salt and pepper shakers. Something else to keep an eye out for is if you see anything that's holiday themed or commemorative, like World's Fair stuff, Christmas, Valentine's, advertising pieces that might be Goofus glass. Those are kind of more of your higher end things as well. So don't paint your pieces unless you're going to keep them. If you're going to keep them, paint it whatever color you want. Have a little bit of fun with it. There was only one book that I could find that's out there on Goofus glass, and it is exceptionally hard to find. It is called Goofus Glass. It was done in 1984 by Carolyn McKinley. I want to make sure I got her name right. Carolyn McKinley. So if you find the book might actually be worth a lot of money. So keep an eye out for that. That is pretty much all I have on Goofus glass.
Okay, so I had a couple of things that Nikki didn't cover. And the reason that Goofus glass lost its popularity was because it was replaced with carnival glass. People liked getting the carnival glass's prizes at carnivals better because the color didn't come off like it did on Goofus glass. So that's why we see the decline of that. And they thought it was about like 1908, between 1908 and 1910, when carnival glass hit the scene in 1908. And then the next couple of years, that's when Goofus glass started to decline. But we know they were still manufacturing it through the 1920s because one of the glass companies had an ad dated like 1925. So we know that it was still being manufactured through the mid-20s. The colors were not always clear. Now, I don't know about you guys, but almost every single piece of Goofus glass I've ever seen, which I've never bought because it's in such bad shape, has been clear glass. But they did clear glass, milk glass, pale aqua, bright aquamarine, apple green, light amber, and frosted glass were all Goofus glass. And then blanks were purchased from original manufacturers and painted at decorating houses. So not all Goofus glass was painted in-house.
Right.
Now, I think that Dugan did all of theirs in-house, but there were places called decorating houses that would purchase the blanks and paint. So you can get like a milk glass plate that has a woman painted on it in the Goofus glass style, but it wasn't original to who made the milk glass. So I thought that was interesting. If you have Goofus glass that is in good shape and you want to know how to take care of it, I have some care. So you want to wipe it gently. Never dishwasher it, but we know never to dishwasher any old glass. You never want to let it soak in water. That's going to pull the paint right off. So you're just going to wipe it gently and touch it as little as possible, because just handling it is going to knock that enameled paint loose. And don't store it anywhere like an attic where it's going to be under a lot of heat, because the heat makes the paint brittle. You'll pull it out, the paint's just going to be all over the box you're storing it in. And when we talk about it being not fired, you guys have seen me. I've had this in a couple sales now. This is fired on paint. So you can wash this gently and not worry about the paint coming off. But all Goofus glass was unfired paint, so it's just going to fall right off. I think that was everything I had, but I do have a piece. When I got to look at the pictures of Goofus glass, I'm like, wait a second. I think I have a piece that was Goofus glass before. This is what we're talking about in these big flowers. So this sits on my dresser and I just store hat pins in it normally, but these flowers so much bigger than Fenton's cabbage rose.
Now imagine them painted.
This right here is the tiniest bit of paint left. It's that dark gold paint right there. So I actually do have a piece of Goofus glass that was the pale aqua, which is pretty cool. So
see, then you take that big bulbous glass and then you add on this red, almost metallic paint and gold metallic paint, and you go from that's really cool to holy moly, that's a little on the tacky side. But there are beautiful pieces. There are beautiful pieces out there. And I'm not going to lie, I did see a nice picture of the lamp and the shade, and it was a really neat piece. I really did like it. And unfortunately, there's no pattern real names for these either, because catalogs, according to one of the higher Goofus glass collectors, the catalog pages, he only managed to scarf up a few because of fires, because of the cost of printing, and because, quite honestly, this stuff was never really sold as much as it was given away as promotional items.
The cost of printing to make catalogs between
that time period,
18 whatever and 1897 to mid 1920s, you had to have someone draw it for you.
Yeah.
So you had to pay an artist to draw it. Then you had to pay the printer to reverse etch it onto the printing blocks before you could even get it printed. So there are not a lot of catalogs that show Goofus glass because of the cost of, and especially when you're mass producing it and you're selling it as giveaways to card lots. When you bought a house, you would get a whole dish set. Gas stations, you bought your diamond engagement ring, you would get a vase of Goofus glass with it.
Yes.
So it was something that was meant for a company to purchase to give away. You're just not going to find a lot of catalogs for it.
Yeah. It's one of the few glass styles and companies things that we've ever done where we can't say, go look at the catalogs. You have to kind of.
Because there's just not.
There's just not yet. You have to see the really bulbous glass, and you have to see the paint if it's still kind of on there. And it was meant to be painted. So you're going to see big flowers and dragonflies and leaves and patterns that look like they were supposed to be painted if there's no paint on. Yeah. So it's not for every collector. We will say that, but it is fun. And there is, when I was looking up Goofus glass images, because I wanted to see some images, there are many, many mislabeled Goofus glass pieces out there.
Oh, absolutely.
As a matter of fact, Claudia and I have both had the piece, and I think we've both sold it. It was a Westmoreland 1970s piece, candy dish, that people were selling as Goofus glass. I'm like, that's not Goofus glass. It's a piece from
Oh,
the 70s.
I saw one on eBay yesterday that is an Avon candy dish that was stained red, and they were calling it Goofus glass. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. And in 2 years, in 2025, all Goofus glass will officially be an antique. And I think
For the
we're close
most part, it probably
now
already is.
to be able to say that it's all antique.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Because how much were they really making at the latter part there when all of these companies that were making it switched to carnival glass?
Yeah.
It was probably the stuff that was left over and hanging around in the decorating houses that ended up by going on the market.
Yep.
So you will find a few pieces that are mixed. I did see a few pieces that looked carnival-esque that were painted like Goofus glass, like around the edges, but it was more the opalescent than it was carnival. Carnival glass is not Goofus glass, but Goofus glass is carnival glass. Wrap your brains around that. The OG style.
DR is crooked. Oh no. Because, I'm turning 50. Just in case you didn't know. All right, we're going to get started on the sale. I'll go first this week.
You go first.
Making
All
Nikki
right.
go first like I usually do.
I don't
And if you've just come in and you missed it, next week will be our question. So if you have a burning glass question, or if you just have something you're confused about because you heard one seller say it this way and then another seller say it this way and you're just confused, we'll look it up for you. We'll do the deep dive research and we will come back and we will tell you what we found because we love that. We're nerds.
We are nerds. We're glass nerds. Yeah.
Okay, so my first one, if you saw my little sneak peek video, you'll see the moment where I realized it was Briard.
I gotta go and watch that now.
Because I'm holding it up under the ring light, and I had already carefully washed it and everything, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's signed. So this amazing mid-century coffee carafe and warmer. There is some wax here in the bottom. I gave this a gentle wipe because you never want to put anything wood down in water. So it got a gentle wipe, but it does still have some wax in the bottom. But there's no damage to it. The bottom's in fantastic shape. It's got this lovely shape that always makes me think of spaceships. The lid, I love the lid with this etched like sunray pattern on it. And the cork's still pretty decent on it. Sometimes these corks can be really rotten, but this cork's pretty decent. And then the carafe. Oh my goodness, I love it. And right here above my finger is where it says Briard. Let me see if I have I have pink. I don't know if it'll show up with pink. I don't have any clear paper. Let's see. Is it gonna make it? No, I don't. Oh, it did. Look, Briard right there.
Oh yeah.
And this is in fantastic condition. So nobody was scrubbing the design off of this. So the condition issues are the handle, obviously from being picked up. The handle originally would have been this color. All of the varnish is worn off the handle. And the metal piece on the outside here of the glass, see, it has rust inside. That's not in here. It's in between the glass and the metal. So if you wanted to use this, you could. But it's also just a fantastic display piece. I love it so much. It is going to be $30, number 9. $30, number 9 for the Briard carafe with the warming stand. Love it. Next piece, my first piece of Aurifors. I've seen Jocelyn, Crazy Lamp Lady, find these, and I had never found them. It is etched right here with a little OF. You're not going to be able to see it, but look how clear this crystal is. And this is just as heavy as the snowballs. What is that company?
Oh, Costa Boda.
Costa Boda. It's just as heavy as the Costa Boda snowballs.
I
So
love that it
little
looks like a lotus.
yeah, it's called the Firefly Nimbus, but a lot of people call it an artichoke.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
So it on the box, there was I had found a picture of the box online. It is called Firefly Nimbus Votive. It's this size. And yes, Brie, artichoke. Looks like an artichoke. And $8, number 13. And it is heavy. $8, number 13. Those are my two.
Okay, we're gonna start off. We're gonna do our slow roll. So I've got here a piece of Indiana glass. I was out in the garden yesterday, and
Pineapple.
this made, oh hey guys, this made me happy. So I thought I'd bring it today. It's a little tiny basket. I love the handle on the top there. They look like, I don't know, maybe two swans facing away from each other or two little snakes. You do you, that's fine. And the bottom is textured. This bit is textured on the base, the center of the flower. All the little petals are in really good shape. It's a small guy. He's not super big, so he doesn't take up a lot of room. And it's in that 1970s avocado look to it, the color of the glass. I think it's a gorgeous little piece. And if you're interested in this cute little lovely, it's going to be $12, number 78. $12, number 78 on that guy. And then my next piece, I love this piece. This is a little 4.5-inch. They call it a triangular vase. This is Fenton. This is French opalescent. And it has a ring of fire that you see when you look at milk glass because of the way the opalescence filters down. I can't really, you can see it a little bit, other side, a little bit over here in the light.
Yeah.
But when you hold it
there at the top.
yeah, there. When you hold it to the light, that's all you see. It's gorgeous. This is a piece from the 30s. It had a very short shelf life run. I think it ran from the 30s to the 40s or just a short time in the 30s. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. But it goes from larger hobnails down to very smaller gradations. It is gorgeous. It is a nice tiny little baby. It is really pretty. I love the French opalescence line. It's similar to Moonstone, but it's not Moonstone. Let's just say that. So if you're interested in this guy here is going to be $15, number 91. $15, number 91 on this guy. And those are my two.
All right. My next piece is the uranium glass apothecary jar. Now this is stretched glass. So you get that effect there. And there are no chips or cracks, but there is, get my piece of paper, let's see if I can show it again. There is a mark, and I'm not sure what it's from. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's inside the glass. I have no idea. That is the only thing that is wrong with it. So no chips, no cracks. Here is the lid. No chips, no cracks. There's a little divot when the glass was formed here, but it's not a chip. It was in the glass form. You can kind of see it right there. Hey, John. Hi, Lynn. So because of the stretching, I'm kind of thinking Northwood. This is something that they did a lot of, but every company made a version of this. There are 3 different ones of these on eBay right now. Every one of them is a little different. Like the top will be different. The lines in here will be different. All 3 are listed as Fenton.
It's not Fenton.
Yeah. You got to love people on eBay. They're just like, I don't know. I heard about a Fenton glass company one time, so I'm just going to call it Fenton. Pretty sure it's probably Northwood. $60, number 6. $60, number 6. And my second item, oh, and I was going to tell you how tall it is. All the way to the top of the lid, 10.5 inches. Without the lid on it, just over 6.5 inches. So that lid gives you an extra 4 inches there on the height.
That's what he said. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So got a little FTD crystal. This is from 1986. They were nice enough to just stick it right on there for us. FTD 1986, but it is a really nice piece of crystal. I don't know who made FTD's crystal, but as we've learned, the floral companies purchased their glass from other well-known glass companies. So it's got this really pretty heart design. Just a little open candy dish. It's 4.5 inches tall and 5.5 inches across. My daughter saw it and she's like, "Oh, Mom, that's pretty."
It is pretty.
$12, number 16. $12, number 16 for the crystal bowl.
And I had to say, because I had to make sure you all were paying attention. Okay. So next up I have, and I said I wasn't sure I was going to sell it, but I'm offering it up to you guys at a very good price. Here it is, my antique mercury glass candlestick. We're going to get in real close here.
That's amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
You're beautiful. It's got reverse painting there on the outside. And it's got gold. Now, most of them that I've seen online, there's only one other one that is pretty much exactly like this, except for it's taller. This was one of the shorter ones. This is 8.5 inches tall, by the way. Most of them don't have the gold trimmed on them either. This has the gold. There we go. So it was used. You can see it was used at one point. So we've got the gold is in fabulous condition. The white trim on the top is in really good condition. The exterior paint is gorgeous. The part where we start to have issues is the base. So the base has faded, and it's really faded on the underside there. Base is really faded underneath. But you can see this is where they would have poured in that silvering and like swirled and swished it and everything else. So the base is a little worn, but let's face it, it's an older piece. But from that bit up, from a 360-degree view, it is that perfect silver mirror finish, and it is really gorgeous. So single one, 8.5 inches tall, mercury glass candlestick. The other one that is like this is going for almost $400 online. I'm not going to charge you $400. That would be ludicrous. $50, number 73. I mean, I would. If somebody wants to pay $400 for it, awesome. It's all yours. But $50, number 73 on the mercury glass candlestick. Antique mercury glass candlestick. Only one I've ever seen in person.
It's an amazing shape, too. For it to only have that little wear at the bottom, that's amazing.
Just at the bottom. Oh, I love it so much. It's so pretty. Okay. Next up, I have a piece of Miss America. This is a Miss America depression glass. Macbeth Evans, if my memory serves correct. This is a harder pattern to find. I love the little, it almost reminds me of the little diamonds with almost like little bows in them. So it's similar to Westmoreland's bow knot that they have there. This is the 12-inch platter. And I have to say, this is really pretty depression glass. I love the different styles they did with this. And it's all because of the diamond quilting pattern that they have. So this is a 12-inch platter plate in a really great condition, perfect condition, no issues with it at all. And if you're interested in this guy right here, oh, here goes my phone. My phone's acting up again. It's going to be $20, number 89. $20, number 89 on this guy. And those are my two. It's gorgeous.
I read something really interesting about the pink, that when the different factories are trying to mix their pink for the pink glass during the Depression era, that they couldn't always get the formula exactly right. So sometimes you will have that peachy pink versus the pink in the same pattern sold by the same company. And I did not know that. I thought that each company like had a different pink. No, sometimes they just couldn't get the pink to mix right.
Pink.
So you got more peachy pink when it was all the same pattern from the same company.
I'll tell you what, though, if that was clear,
something to
I'd be
learn.
keeping it.
All right, we've got a Fenton Lime boot, daisy and buttons. It does have its Fenton somewhere. I know it's, oh, right there. Right there. It says Fenton right here. No chips, no cracks. Now, it does have a little mark here that feels like that was done during manufacturing. It's this size. It is 4¼ inches tall and 4¼ inches long. So 4¼ inches by 4. And I just realized I never even showed you the glow on the apothecary jar. But here's the glow on the boot. The Fenton Lime and the Fenton Clear just have such an amazing, amazing glow on them. And this one is going to be $15, number 11. $15, number 11. The Fenton Lime boot. And since I've got the light off, I will go ahead and show you this again so you can see the glow.
My goodness.
Since I didn't show you the glow. Oh,
it's so pretty.
Carefully. And then I learned that this is, I didn't know this when I did my little, when I did my sneak peek video. Chad Retro Days was good enough to tell me this is Indiana glass. It is Whitehall. I kind of suspected it was Whitehall because it, kind of flips out at the top, which is a very Whitehall thing to do for Indiana glass. But it would have had a lid.
Oh.
So there's no lip because the lid actually would have also had the triangle points and would have fit perfectly like this. So it would have been a larger candy dish with the lid, but I think it makes a nice open dish, especially like little spring flowers in there. It's 5½ inches tall. No chips, no cracks. Indiana glass, $10. $10, number 2.
I'm seeing layered salad.
Hi, Rebecca.
I'm seeing layered desserts in that.
My mom said chia pudding. My mom's like, chia pudding. It's a chia pudding container.
Yeah, like all sorts of cool little things. Because I was just flipping through a cookbook this weekend that had this layered salad, and you need a clear dish to be able to see this. And I think that'd be perfect for that.
Yeah, my mom's got a bigger one that she does the 7-layer salad in, and we've also done trifles in it. It's bigger than, but she thinks that one's perfect.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the pillar candle would look pretty. Hi, Rebecca.
Because the optic in that, and a couple different companies made that style too. The Cubist, the American, the Whitehall, and it does look gorgeous that way. Okay. So from one antique candle to another antique candle. This one here is Paddon City. This is the keyhole, because this looks like a keyhole design, but it's also known as crow's foot. This would have come in, I see marbles and everything. I love that. This would have come in a couple of different colors and a couple of different styles. There was yellow, clear, uranium, cobalt, ruby. So it would have come in a bunch of different styles. This one just happens to be the silver overlay. So there we go. It's got like a berry spray on it. That's what I'm gonna call it. Yeah, they look like little blackberries and cherries. So very wildlife-y, really pretty glass. This was another glass company that had a very short run, but they made some amazing pieces. Kaz, I have to show you one of these days the horses that Paddon City did. They're the size of small dogs, and they are absolutely beautiful. So the silver sterling overlays in really good condition. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous candle piece. And if you're interested in this one, this guy right here, he's going to be $15, number 93. $15, number 93 on that one. Bunch of home. And now I've got a planter / flower display. So here's what I'm going to do. I've shown this before, but we're going to bring it back. So here's my half an egg. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like half an egg. It does have a really lovely ring of fire on the edge. I'm just making sure I'm not wrong here. Yeah, it's not marked on the bottom. And it has that orange peel kind of texture to the milk quest itself. And because I happen to have found a flower frog, that fits absolutely perfectly right on the top. Actually, it should have had a flower frog that was a little smaller. All right, let's see if I can do this without dropping it. But it fits perfectly on that inside space. This flower frog has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 16 holes. 16 holes. It does have a nick out of it, but it's very soft. It's very old here in this flower frog. So it's a good size flower frog for all your gardening and a great little planter at the same time. So you can decide, oops, yeah, let's slam the glass around. Which you would like to do if you want to use it as the flower frog or use it as a planter. Really pretty, pretty, pretty piece. So if you're interested in the milk pot compost, two-piecer, twofer. This guy here is going to be, wrong card, $15, number 75. $15, number 75 for the duo. Good price on both. And there's a Matsu.
My mom actually has flowers upstairs right now in a vase, and she used a flower frog.
Nice.
So people still do use them.
I'm looking forward to using mine this summer.
All right, my next item. This one is Boyd, and Boyd did these in a bazillion different colors. They did them in slag glass, but this one is uranium. This stands just over 4 inches tall. And that's how pretty it looks. So yellow glass, uranium. And I mean, technically it's Vaseline, but this is not old Vaseline glass. So it doesn't have that greenish yellow hue that the older stuff does. Because I think Boyd was making these in the 80s, I think. But Boyd uranium glass has a nice glow to it. There you can see the size compared to an index card. $12, number 5. $12, number 5 on that one.
Would that hold an egg? Would that like hold like an egg cup? Or is it too big?
I think it would hold an egg. I had some marble eggs around here. I don't know what I did with them.
Because I just see that as being a fantastic egg cup. For those of you who eat eggs that way.
Yeah, I would think it would hold a large egg.
Or to display if you have marble or glass eggs, because I just recently discovered Victorian milk glass eggs, and they're amazing. So now I want one.
Okay, my second piece is Vaseline glass. This is older. It's hard. It doesn't come across there like it does in when you're looking at it in person, but it does have that greenish glow to the yellow that we see with true Vaseline glass. So here's the glow.
Wow.
It's super pretty. But this is why Vaseline glass is called Vaseline. It's got that just, the edges are just like green, but it's yellow and it's that weird Vaseline color. Hey, Delbert. And if I missed you guys coming in, hello. Thanks for being here. And Rebecca, I know I saw your comment that you'd gotten here late. If you want us to do a recap at the end, we should have time today. If you would like us to, we can do that. So this one is a little taller because here's the Boyd. So these were done as a novelty collectible item. This was done as an actual cordial glass. It would have been in a whole set. And it is just a little over 5 1/8 inch tall. No chips, no cracks. It is $14, number 20. $14, number 20. Those are my two.
They're both gorgeous, gorgeous. I wish I drank cordials. I guess I'm snobby and I don't. Maybe I'm not snobby and I don't. Right. Okay, so this is as close as I could come to Goofus glass today, guys. So here it is right here. It doesn't look like Goofus glass at all because it's not Goofus glass. This is a newer vintage piece. I think these were done in the 90s. I could be really wrong, but it's really pretty. It's meant to look like the inside of an oyster shell. So when they did Goofus glass, they would have one side that was all clear and not painted, and that's this side right here. And then the other side was the side where it was painted. So if you flip over a piece of Goofus glass, hey guys, this is what it would have looked like, or does look like. I just love this piece. It's a free-form piece. It's really great if you have like a nautical or ocean theme going on in your house. Love, love, love this. We call it Persian glass. Persian. Where's my, there it is. Okay, so this guy here abstractly measures 10 inches by 7 inches. So 10 inches from its longest point here, 7 inches from its longest point here to here, down there. But super pretty. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna make a note of that. See what the heck is Persian glass, and I feel like I have to say it that way because it is pretty. Okay, so if you're interested in this, and it is like a sea foam kind of green, one of my favorite colors. If you're interested in this guy right here, he's going to be $10, number 87. $10, number 87 on this guy. Down carefully. And then next up, for some reason, I was in a platter mood this week. Ooh, don't mind the little fuzzies. Don't mind the fuzzies. So I have a Mikasa dresser dish. That's what I call it, dresser plate. So it's got roses, gold roses here on the end. Again, similar to Goofus glass, but not Goofus glass. This is the closest I could come this week. So you've got the gold painted on the ends of the handle, and then offset, you have little gold buds right down there, and they're actually just slightly offset, which is kind of neat. The paint on this is actually in pretty good condition. So they actually painted the side that you touch, and the side that's on the flat underneath is soft and glossy. Let's see, this guy here, this is a bigger boy. So it would take a big dresser for this one. Measures, let's say 16 inches. 16 inches in oval diameter. Hello, you can see me through there. So if you're interested in the Mikasa dresser dish, it's going to be $12, number 90. $12, number 90 on this one. I actually see this because it's narrow enough, sitting on the back of a toilet with all your pretty like little jars, little pocketary jars. It's kind of what I see. And then those are my two. And so,
all right, my last two is once again the Art Deco candlestick, green and black. This was the fired on paint, so it can be washed without the color coming off. But it would have been clear glass with fired on paint. And it's this tall. This green and black's very classic Art Deco. 8 inches, maybe 8¼ inches tall. It's got the Adam's rib pattern. And it is $15, number 7. $15, number 7. And then I showed this one last week, but I'm bringing it back, and I dropped the price just a little bit because maybe I had it overpriced. You know, we're never quite sure when we're pricing if we've got something priced right. So this is Guernsey glass. It's Rocking Horse White Carnival, and it's from 1982. Right there, 1982. And it is, let's see, lengthwise about 4.5 inches, height-wise 3 inches. $18, number 10. $18, number 10, and that's my last one.
okay, so this is my, hey guys, this is affordable round. I don't want to say cheap because that's not right. That's not nice at all. Okay, so we know these, we've seen these, we love these. These are little votives. This is a milk glass one. It does have a touch of a Ring of Fire with this little like thousand eye almost design there. This one is made in Hong Kong. Every time I say Hong Kong, I want to say Hong Kong Fooey. Who remembers that cartoon? It was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. I loved that cartoon. So just a little votive guy. You don't remember that one?
No.
Oh, it was Scatman Crothers was the voice for the Hong Kong Fooey, and it always go Hong Kong Fooey. I'm reliving my childhood. I thought it was hysterical as a kid. Oh, look, people remember! Yay! It's not just me, because I get told all the time, "You grew up in New England, things were weird." Okay, yes, things were weird in New England, so maybe I don't have. Oh, yay! Everyone remembers Hong Kong Fooey. Oh, bring it back to Hong Kong Fooey and Underdog, because I have my Underdog shirt on. Not Underoos, I had those too, but I had an Underdog shirt on earlier. I was Wonder Woman as a. I wish they'd come back and make them again. Anyways, back to the milk glass. If you're interested in a little votive here, it's going to be $5, number 74. $5, number 74 on this guy. And then something else that's a little fun. Oh, so things are weird in California. I lived there for a little bit too. Just for that one little flower, my kids used to always come back, and it was always a dandelion, and I loved it to death. And I would put it in a little glass of water, and it would die like 5 seconds later. But here's for that one flower that your kids pick or your grandkids pick for you out of your yard. They were like, "Oh, I really wish you hadn't done that." But it's a little test tube, a little curled up, hand blown piece here. It's got a little flowery looking top to it up top. It's just for, like I said, for that one flower, or as a really great little propagation station if you're trying to get some of your plants to grow some roots and propagate. You just have one sitting in there. It looks really pretty too. But I just have memories of the kids just bring me the one flower, and this is the one flower vase. So if you're interested in my test tube one flower vase, it's going to be just $6, number 85. $6, number 85 on that one. And that's my last one.
All right. We have time today. Did anybody want us to do a recap? Just pop it in the chat if you did. And don't forget, on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, we're celebrating my birthday. It is my actual birthday on Wednesday. And we are going to play a game. We are going to open some friend mail, and we are going to do a giveaway box. I'm putting together a giveaway box. So I will have Nikki hanging out with me, and I will have Bridget, the Baker's Daughters LLC, hanging out with me. Okay, so yes, we will do a little recap then.
Birthday.
Okay, Nikki can go first.
Oh, okay. Hello.
If you're not ready, I can go first.
No, I'm good. I'll be good. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I had the Indiana avocado sunflower basket mini guy, small little guy. This was a $12, number 78 on that lovely. Then we had the 4.5-inch French opalescence by Fenton. This is 1930s piece, really beautiful condition. This one is $15, number 91. And I tend to go fast, peeps, so I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. We had the antique, can't come up with a maker, mercury glass candlestick, 3 colors. We got the gold, silver, and white, really good condition. It's just the base that's a little on the worn side there. This piece is gorgeous. $50, number 73 on that one. Carefully put you down. Then we had the, oh goodness, hold on, I gotta adjust. I know, because I put stuff on top of it. The Miss America depression plate, Macbeth Evans, 1930s on this as well. Excellent condition on this guy, $20, number 89. And the last one I'll show you guys is another candlestick, another little antique. This is a Patent City keyhole, crowfoot, sterling silver overlay, and we've got, where's my camera again? Raspberries and cherries as the design on the bottom, and then there's the sterling on the top. I do not polish these. I leave that up to the discretion of the buyer. $15, number 93. Those are the first 5 things. There you go.
All right. So my first item was the Briard carafe with the warmer base. Just in beautiful condition. Still has its lid. And the pattern is still really good on all the sides. The only damage was the finish is worn off the handle here. And then in between the glass and the metal piece is some rust. And that was $30, number 9 for the Briard carafe and warmer. The Orphors crystal. I just love it. I knew it was something special when I picked it up, but very cool. My first Orphors piece is the Firefly Nimbus Votive. It's this size, and it's heavy. $8, number 13. $8, number 13. Oh, so heavy. The stretch glass uranium apothecary jar with a beautiful glow. That one was $60, number 6. And if you look this up on eBay, the ones that are for sale right now are priced higher. The one that most recently sold was yellow and sold for $80. So if you needed price ideas. The crystal FTD heart dish from the 80s. Best one was $12, number 16. And then the last one I'm going to show was the Fenton Daisy and Button boot. This one also uranium glass. It's the lime, not the custard. So pretty. Is the size $15, number 11. And that's my recap. Let me change the layout. So don't forget, if you have glass questions, that's what we will be discussing next week. If we don't get any questions, we'll just look up something and talk about it a little bit. Something fun.
The weird things that sometimes we don't. I'm off my eBay rant. I have not found anything that has irritated me lately on eBay, so I'm kind of off the eBay rant right now. So we're okay with that. Because I used to use that for my excuse to rant about how eBay keeps messing up, descriptions and stuff. So I'm good on that front. So I gotta get creative.
Even today with the Goofus glass, I had no idea that was the original glass given away at carnivals.
Yeah.
So
and I actually think one of the best. Did you see the real people postcard that they had of the guys, and they look shady?
No, I missed it.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up on their images, and I actually think the picture's probably worth more than Goofus glass. And they're standing in front of the shady carnival booth, and a big sign that says free. And one of them's got this little guitar, and they all got like overalls and hats, and they totally look like it's from the 1910s. Yes, Kaz. Yes, I can sell it without the flower frog. Absolutely. It was absolutely hysterical to look at. So like, I just got a big kick out of seeing a carnival where they were selling the Goofus glass in a photo, in a postcard. It was cool.
That's great. No, I didn't see that. I was researching. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you have coming up this week? Do you have whatnot sales?
I do. I don't know what I'm doing on Wednesday for Static Wednesday. It's probably going to be a variety of vintage stuff. Who knows? We'll see what happens. It might be ephemera, but I do an ephemera sale every Thursday night over on Whatnot. I found some fantastic 1923. So finally, they are now antiques, celebrating their 100th birthday. 50 years older than Claudia, who's celebrating her birthday on Wednesday, in case you didn't know. I had to get one in. I found the whole lot of them, and I think it was funny too because it was 25. So we've got everything. I've got 25 cards. Claudia's 50th birthday, and they're 100 years old. There we go. I got all the numbers then, and they're gorgeous. So they're going to be up for sale. Lots of antiques again this weekend. Lots of antiques. So that's what I have going on this week, and I'll be over on Claudia's on Wednesday morning in my pajamas.
She'll be half asleep because I'm making her get up so early.
Yeah. I'm usually up at like 7, but I'm not awake, alert, and orientated until well after 10 o'clock. So if you ever want to pull one over on me, talk to me as I'm still sipping my coffee at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning. And I'm like, what?
I like the mug that has the lines where at the bottom it's like, you can finally talk to me or something. Yeah. That one's funny.
I think I have a no coffee, no talkie mug somewhere, or a shirt or something like that, which is totally true because it's just like, don't talk to me until I've complete, and I don't usually wake up until around 10 o'clock, and that's when I start doing all of this stuff, but no, don't talk to me.
All right. We are going to let you guys go. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes.
See you in the chats. Bye.